Okay, right now I'm gonna give a quick explanation on how to start editing your stop motion animation videos. The first thing you need to do is to save your pictures in the computer. You should never edit any video or animation from your USB because it will be too slow. So save all your pictures in your computer, any folder. In this case I have them here. This is the folder with 506 pictures for a stop motion. Then I recommend it to create a folder where you're going to save all the files of your stop motion project. In this case I'm creating a folder called stop motion project, and inside that folder I'm going to take the folder with the pictures. So right now I have the folder for the project and inside the folder for the pictures. Then you open a program called Premiere, Adobe Premiere. If you don't find it here, you just type Premiere here in the search bar. You'll find it at the beginning. It will take a little bit. So this is the first window that will appear, the Welcome to Adobe Premiere Pro window. Here you just have to click on New Project. After you click on New Project, I just need you to change these two things over here, the location and the name. So you click on Browse, and here you just select the folder that you created for your project. In this case, I go to Desktop and I select this folder called Stop Motion Project, double click on it, and then simply click on Select Folder. Here you just write the name of the project, you just write your names, stop motion. Okay. Then you have to select the preset on the following window for the sequence. This is just based on the camera, the kind of camera that you used to take your pictures and the kind of video that we want to produce. In this case, the one that will fit very well for the speed that we need is located here. The second folder, AVC HD, then the second folder, 1080p, and then the second preset, AVC HD 1080p 24. This is the one we need because it works on 24 frames per second, and the frame size is 1920 horizontally and 1080 vertically. So this will fit perfectly our needs. You just click on OK. For the students who have never worked on Premiere, it has like a lot of functions, some things. It's quite simple to use this program. In this window or in this section over here is where you have basically all the materials and items, videos, pictures, music, etc. that you're going to use for your stop motion animation in this case. First of all, I need to give you a warning on this item that says sequence 1. Please never delete it, because if you delete it, you're going to delete all the project that you make. So please be careful with that. So the first thing that we're going to do is to create a title for the video. Here there is this button called New Item. When you click on it, you can create different things. For example, you can create a universal content leader. I'm not going to modify anything. Then it was created here. You just have to take it from here to the timeline, and you're going to release it in the line that says video 1. This timeline is similar to the timelines in video edition programs that you have used before, like Movie Maker or perhaps Final Cut. You can use the zoom to watch more seconds or to watch more time over here, and you can use the zoom out just to watch a little bit less. I recommend you to use a zoom so that you can see all your clip. In this case, what we did was a universal content leader. Let's click play so that you can see what happens with it. It's just like a countdown before you start your video. Something else that you can do, I'm going to delete this one. I'm gonna delete it from here. In the new item folder you can find, for example, bars and tone, which is what is used sometimes in television to test colors. In this case, when you click play, that's what we got. Anyhow, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to delete it. It's up to you if you use it. Now the title, you click on the same button and you click here where it says title. You can change the name of the title if you want. It could be intro title, for example. You click OK, and then you're going to find this new window opening. Basically, you can type or write text, you can draw, or you can like make different shapes. Here on the right, you're going to be able to modify all the properties of anything that you do here. So for example, if you select to type, you're going to write here the name of your stop motion. If you want to start modifying it, you have to come and select the selection tool, or just press V on the keyboard, and now you can select this title and start modifying it. You can make it the easy and simple way, which is like with these tools over here around the title. You can start changing the size. You can just make it longer, shorter. Up here you can change some sizes. You can explore all these features over here. You can also come down and select one of these title styles, and it will automatically change to it if you like any of these. And to the right, you can start transforming and modifying all the properties. This transform section is basically the same that you can do as if you move your mouse and if you select it from here. In this program, any button that you find that is yellow, like this, these buttons that are yellow and are underlined, is because when you click on them and hold and move your mouse left or right, you can modify the values. As well, anyhow, you can click and type values so that they change. Then here the properties are very similar to what you find here. You can change here the font, for example. You can just change the font style, the size, the aspect, etc. And then basically you have fill, strokes, shadow, and background. Fill, I suppose everyone wants to use a fill. In this case, it has this color. You can just change the color here. It's a solid fill, but here you can change it, for example, to linear gradient, so you can work with two different colors here, and you will get like this effect. Or you can have like different types of fills you can explore. Here you select the color. The opacity usually is 100, but if you want it to be a little bit like transparent or to have more opacity, you can modify it here. You can rotate it. Then the strokes, in this case, you can just modify one of the strokes. You can add a stroke. You can select the color, and you can make it wider or thinner. The same with the shadow. In this case, let's select this color just for you to see what happens with the shadow, and you can make it the same, thicker or thinner. When you finish your title, which I hope is not so ugly as this one, I'm just explaining, I really need you to get like some nice style on your titles. Please just close this window. When you close this window, that title will appear here, and you now have to take it to the timeline, and with your mouse, be careful, you always need to have this selection tool. In this case, move your mouse to the end of the clip, and then you can make the clip longer. Let's say we want it to be 4 seconds, so we move it to number 4, or make it shorter, so I'm gonna leave it in 4 seconds. If we click on play right now, it's just like a still image title, but we want to animate it a little bit. There are more advanced ways to animate this title here, but unfortunately it's not a video production class. We're just trying to edit the animation of your stop motion. So I want you to come here to this section. You're going to find this tab that says Effects. The last folder says Video Transitions. You open it, and then you have many kinds of video transitions. For example, the first one that says 3D Motion, you can select any. For example, the one that says Doors. You take it from here and you release it either at the beginning or at the end of the clip based on what you want. I'm going to leave it here at the beginning of the clip, and then I'm going to get another one, for example the one that says Page Peel, and then you take it here and release it here at the end. Now when we click on play, it will have a little bit of animation or movement, and it will look better. So take some minutes to make your title and animate it. After you have the title ready, first of all I recommend you to go and click on save, so you save changes. And before we go on, you have to go and modify the settings for the speed of the video, because according to what we agreed on this project, you were going to take pictures calculating to work with a speed of 8 frames per second, like 8 pictures for every second of animation. But as you saw at the beginning, this is working at 24 frames per second. So you have to play a little bit with it. You have to come here to Edit, then go to Preferences, the option General. Here, the item number 5 that says Still Image Default Duration, I suppose for you is by default on 125 frames. This means what? This means that when I get a picture in the program, then you get like one of the sample pictures, for example. When you get a picture or a still image or a title, and you take it to the timeline, that means that that picture will take automatically 5 seconds. In this case, as you can see, this image takes 5 seconds on the screen. But we don't want that. In Preferences General, it takes 5 seconds because as the program is working at 24 frames per second, if it says 125 frames here, it will take about 5 seconds. So I needed to change this item from 125 to 3 frames per second. This way, if every picture that we insert or import takes 3 frames, 8 pictures will complete 1 second of animation. After you make that, then I need you to create here a folder in this button that says New Bin. This folder can be called Pictures, for example. Double click on this folder so that this window gets open, and then I want you to come to the desktop or to the place where you have your pictures in your computer. In this case I have all my pictures here. I'm gonna select them all. I hope they are organized like in order, in a sequence. You get them all. To get them all, you just click on any of them and press Ctrl A on the keyboard, which means Ctrl All. So you press Ctrl L A, sorry. Copy. You take the pictures from here, move your mouse to the window of Premiere, and now you come here and release the pictures here. It will take some minutes, perhaps, depending on the size of your pictures, to import all the files on this window. Okay, after some minutes, all the pictures are already imported in the program. I have them all here. You're going to select them all. You can simply click on the first picture, go to the end, press Shift on the keyboard, and click on the last picture, and this way they will all be selected. And now you can take them to the timeline next to the title that you already finished. This line that you have here helps you watch the place where you are clicking here on the preview window. I recommend you first of all to zoom in a little bit so that you can see pictures a little bit more, and then the following step is to modify the size of the images, because I suppose almost all of you are going to find that here the pictures will look bigger or perhaps will look shorter. For example, some of you are going to find this problem, that your pictures perhaps look shorter. So what we're going to do is, first of all, click over here just above the first image, then click on the first image, and after you click on the first image you have to come here to this section, select the tab Effect Controls, go to Motion, and inside Motion you have this option that says Scale. So click on it and move your mouse left or right to find out if your picture is bigger or smaller. I just wanted to move it so that your picture fits horizontally with the space. In this case, a value of 70 makes the picture fit perfectly. It doesn't matter if you have a black space on the left or on the right. I just need you to have no space above or below. After you set this scale or size for this picture, you would have to make this for all the pictures that follow there, but it would be a very long process. So you just have to copy the settings in the motion for this image. To make that, you click on the image, you come here to the section where you modify the scale in motion, you right click on the word motion, right click, select copy, and now what I will do is I'm going to drag a window that starts with the second image, and then I will go to the end so that all image gets selected. When I get to the end, please don't press Ctrl V because perhaps it will not work. Just come to the menu Edit and press Paste, or click on Paste. Now what we did was setting, as you can see here, I'm selecting for example the second picture. Look, the scale is 70, third picture scale is 70, etc. Now you can see more or less how your animation is going, but before that it's recommendable to save. So please go to File, Save, and after that please press Enter on the keyboard. When you press Enter on the keyboard, the program will start rendering each of the frames so that you can see the animation smoother. So let's wait for it to finish. Okay, after some minutes, as you can see, the rendering process is about to be finished. And after it finished, we will be able to watch the animation. When it is done, please come here and click on play, or simply press the space bar on the keyboard. Then you will be able to see the animation over here. So please watch your animation. When you're done, you have to make the same process that you made at the beginning with the title, but you need to make a title at the end for the credits. There is a way to make titles as the default role, but in this case we're just going to make a normal title as in the beginning. So you go to this button, New, you click on Title, it can be called Credits, and here you can move from this button, you can move to the right so that you can really see what's the real background that you're going to have for that title. In this case, the real background is going to be the end of the animation, so it's going to be here, this black background. So here, let's just select this preset. In the credits, basically the information that you need to write or type is your names, or stop motion made by, then your names, and as well please write the appropriate information for the music or the sounds that you are going to use. or any material that you use, just in terms of copyright. So name of the song, author, and perhaps even the website where you took it from, etc. You take those credits here. Remember, as we set the program for the still pictures to be 3 frames only, so this title is that short. You need to increase it, of course, so that it gets longer. Remember, you can animate this title, so you can select here in the Effects tab. Remember, in the Effects tab, Video Transitions, you come here, and let's select, for example, this one. Push, and at the end, slide. Okay, before you finish, remember you must add sound effects or music according to what we agreed on the first class. So to make this video faster, I will simply add one of the sample music files. Okay, I'm gonna add this file. I have to import it first to this section over here. Then you take it to the timeline. Now you won't release it on the lines that said video, but on the lines that say audio. You have to come to the end. I'm zooming out so I can see all the song, and I'm going to reduce or decrease the length of the song to the end of the animation. Finally, here I can add a fade out effect here to the end of the audio the following way. In Effects, you come to Audio Transitions, inside Crossfade, and then there is this one that says Exponential Fade. You take it and release it here at the end, and it will make an exponential fade effect. When you're done, please go to File, Save. Then make sure that this section of the sequence is selected. That means that these edges over here are yellow, because perhaps this is the one that could be selected, or this one. Make sure that the one you're selecting is this one, the sequence, and then come to File, Export Media, or simply press Ctrl M. On this window, you must make sure that you are selecting all your video to be edited, to be exported, sorry. The program will export only what you have in the yellow selection. So make sure that this is at the beginning, this is at the end. Here, just leave the format AVI, leave this preset. The only thing that you must change is here where it says output name. You click over here where it says sequence 1, and here you are going to select the folder where you want to save your video. In this case, I will select the folder that I created for this project, which is this one, Stop Motion Project. And here the name of the file is going to be your names and then Stop Motion. You click on Save. Here you click on Export. You don't change anything else. It will take some minutes or seconds. When it is done exporting, you can just close Premiere. You can close anything you have here. Go to the folder that you had at the beginning, and here you have your video. I'm gonna open the video. This is the file that you have to give me in a USB. Let's go to the end. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, just come to my desk. I will help you.